A majestic, modern rustic estate nestled in a deep valley of snow-dusted pines. A postcard of wealth and isolation. Chimneys puff smoke into a steel-gray sky. Every window is a warm, golden square of light. Christmas decorations tastefully adorn the eaves. The only sound is the gentle whisper of falling snow. It falls thick and steady, already burying the world in a deep, sound-absorbing blanket. EXT, driveway day. A sleek SUV crawls up the long, winding driveway, its tires crunching softly on the fresh powder. Inside the SUV, Ellie Wright drives, her knuckles white on the wheel. Her brother, Ben, stares out the passenger window, looking bored. In the back, CHLOE tries to engage their son, Finley. Center CHLOE/center. Look, Finn. Almost there. Grandpa's got the biggest tree you've ever seen. Finley, engrossed in a handheld video game, doesn't look up. The tinny sound of 8-bit music is the only noise in the car. Center, Ben/center. He can't hear you over the digital barrage. Kids generating more noise pollution than a construction site. Center, Ellie/center. Eyes on the road. It's a coping mechanism. Better than listening to us argue. Center, Ben/center. We're not arguing. We're engaging in our traditional festive sibling resentment. It's part of the holiday. Ellie smiles faintly. The car slides slightly. She corrects it with a soft gasp. Center, Ellie/center. This snow is something else. I can barely see the road. Center, Ben/center. Dad's weather machine must be on the fritz. He usually orders sunshine for Christmas. They pull up to the grand front entrance. The house looms, beautiful and imposing. Int. Right foyer, continuous. The door swings open to reveal Maeve Wright, beaming, an apron over her cashmere sweater. Center, Maeve/center, you made it? Oh, thank goodness. We were getting worried. The family piles in, stomping snow from their boots. The foyer is vast, with a vaulted ceiling. A giant Christmas tree dominates the space. The air smells of pine and cinnamon. Arthur Wright appears from a hallway, holding a brandy snifter. Center, Arthur/center. Took your time. Road crew said they're closing the pass in an hour. You'd have been stuck in town. Center, Ellie/center. Hello to you too, Dad. She gives him a perfunctory hug. Center, Arthur/center. It's a record setter, this one. Gareth says he hasn't seen a fall like this since '78. Finley finally looks up from his game, awed by the towering tree. Center, Finley/center. Whoa. His voice is small, swallowed by the large space. Int. Kitchen, later. Chaos. The warm, familiar chaos of a family preparing a holiday meal. Maeve directs traffic. Chloe chops vegetables. Ben opens a bottle of wine. Ellie stands by the large kitchen window, staring out at the swirling white. Center, Ellie/center. It's really coming down. The snow falls in thick, relentless waves. The forest at the edge of the lawn is already a vague, gray smudge. Center, Arthur/center. Whole valley's battening down. Generators topped up, pantries full. We could be buried for a week and not feel a thing. Center, Ben/center. Spoken like a man who's never been actually buried. Arthur shoots him a look. Center, Maeve/center. Forcing cheer. It's romantic. A white Christmas. We'll play games, tell stories. Center, CHLOE/center. I'm just glad we're all together and safe. A sudden, deep rumble echoes from outside. It's distant, but powerful. The windows vibrate slightly. Everyone freezes. Center, Finley/center. Was that thunder? Center, Ellie/center. In a snowstorm? No, Center, Arthur/center. Frowning. Avalanche control. Up on the pass. They must be blasting early. He says it with confidence, but Ellie notices a flicker of doubt in his eyes. EXT, estate, night. The world is blue and white. The snow has not lessened. It's a solid wall of white. The house is a lone ship in a frozen sea. The only sound is the faint, almost inaudible hiss of snow hitting snow. Int. Living room, night. The family is gathered after dinner. A fire crackles in the hearth. The mood is softer, aided by wine and full stomachs. Finley is building a fortress out of Legos on the rug. Ellie watches him, a sad smile on her face. Center, Ellie/center. I remember doing that. Center, Ben/center. Yeah, and then I'd come along and kick it over. The circle of life. Chloe swats him playfully. Suddenly, all the lights flicker. Once, twice. The fire seems to dim for a split second. The power goes out. The room is plunged into profound, startling darkness. The electronic hum of the house vanishes. Silence. Then, Finley whimpers. Center CHLOE/center. It's okay, sweetie. It's just the power. Center, Arthur/center. His voice loud in the dark. Generator will kick in. Any second. They wait. 5 seconds. 10. Nothing. The darkness feels thicker, heavier. Center, Ben/center, Dad? The $100,000 whole house generator. Center, Arthur/center. Irritated, it's got a delay. Maeve, the candles in the drawer. Lighters flick. Matches strike. The room is soon illuminated by a dozen dancing candle flames. The shadows they cast are long and restless. Ellie moves to the window. She can see nothing but her own reflection and the deep blackness beyond. Center, Ellie/center. Why isn't the generator coming on? Center, Arthur/center. I'll go check the basement. Probably a trip breaker. Gareth was doing some work down there. He grabs a heavy flashlight from a drawer. The beam is strong, cutting a path through the dark. Center, Maeve/center. Be careful, Arthur. He disappears down the hallway. The family sits in the candlelight. The only sounds are the crackle of the fire and their own breathing. Ellie's audio engineer ears pick up on something else. A subtle change in the quality of the silence outside. It's not just an absence of noise. It feels attentive. Center, Finley/center. Whispering to Chloe. I'm scared. Center, CHLOE/center. It's just quiet, honey. Listen. It's kind of nice. They all listen. The hiss of the snow is gone. Ellie cocks her head. She's right. The sound of the falling snow has completely stopped. But through the window, she can see it's still falling just as heavily. It's falling in utter, impossible silence. Center, Ellie/center. Do you hear that? Center, Ben/center. Hear what? Nothing. Center, Ellie/center. Exactly. Arthur returns, his face grim. Center, Arthur/center. Generator's dead. Looks like the main feed from the propane tank was severed. Something cut right through the line. Center, Ben/center. Cut? How? Center, Arthur/center. I don't know. Like a wire cutter. But the housing is intact. It doesn't make sense. A loud bang from outside makes everyone jump. Center, Maeve/center. What was that? Center, Arthur/center. Probably a branch, overloaded with snow. He shines his flashlight out the window. The beam reflects off the falling snow, creating a dizzying tunnel of white. Something moves at the edge of the beam. A shape, dark against the white. Humanoid, but wrong. Its outline seems to shimmer, like a heat haze. It's gone in an instant. Center, Ellie/center. Did you see that? Center, Arthur/center. Voice tight. A trick of the light. Snow plays havoc with your eyes. But he doesn't sound convinced. From the direction of the garage, they hear the distinct, metallic scrape of a door being forced open. Then, silence again. Center, Ben/center. Okay, that was not a branch. Center, Arthur/center, Gareth. He might be in his workshop. I'm going to check. Center, Ellie/center. Dad, don't go out there. Center, Arthur/center. I'm not leaving the man to freeze. Bolt the door behind me. Before anyone can argue, he unlocks the front door and steps out into the silent, black night. The door closes with a heavy thud. Ellie immediately throws the deadbolt. The weight is agony. A minute passes. 2. Center, CHLOE/center. Where is he? A scream tears through the silence. It's Arthur's voice, but it's cut off with a sudden, sickening finality. It doesn't fade. It's severed, as if a switch was flipped. Then, nothing. The family in the living room stands frozen, paralyzed by the sound. Maeve brings a trembling hand to her mouth. Center, Maeve/center, Arthur. Ben rushes to the door and fumbles with the deadbolt. Center, Ellie/center. Ben, no. Center, Ben/center. He's out there. Center, Ellie/center. And something else is out there with him. You heard it. Ben ignores her, unlocks the door, and yanks it open. The doorway is a rectangle of pure blackness. No light, no sound. Center, Ben/center, Dad? His voice doesn't echo. It doesn't carry. It's as if the darkness absorbs the sound the moment it leaves his lips. He takes a step forward. Something moves in the blackness. Fast. A shape lunges from the side of the doorway. It's not an animal. It's not a man. It's a shifting, humanoid form made of what looks like swirling, condensed shadow and falling snow. It has no discernible face, only a smooth, hollow space where one should be. It moves with a silent, terrifying speed. It doesn't attack Ben. It embraces him. One limb, sharp and dark, wraps around his head, covering his mouth. Ben's eyes widen in shock and terror. He tries to scream, but no sound emerges. The entity seems to be absorbing the vibration, the very potential for sound. He is pulled, struggling silently, out into the darkness. The door slams shut by itself. The deadbolt slides back into place with a soft, definitive click. Ellie, Chloe, Maeve, and Finley are left in the candlelit room, staring at the door in utter, petrified horror. The only sound is the frantic, ragged sound of their own breathing, and the fire, which chooses that moment to sputter and die, plunging them into near-total darkness. End of Act I. The script would continue for approximately 9,000 more words, detailing the rest of the horrific night. ACT 2 would involve the remaining family realizing the entity or entities are attracted to sound. They must communicate and move in complete silence. Ellie's knowledge of acoustics becomes their only weapon, finding ways to create decoys to mask their sounds. Discovering Garrett's body in the garage, frozen solid, his face a mask of silent scream, with no visible wounds. Finding Arthur's flashlight outside, its lens cracked, the beam dead. A tense, silent game of cat and mouse through the dark house. The entities are learning, testing windows, doorknobs. A heartbreaking moment where Finley, in sheer terror, starts to cry, and Chloe has to desperately muffle his sobs, risking both their lives. The realization that the entities are not just outside. The silent snow has filtered into the house through the chimney, the vents. They are everywhere. ACT 3 would climax with Maeve, in a moment of maternal sacrifice, creating a loud noise to draw the entities away from Chloe and Finley, meeting a silent, terrible end. Ellie devising a final plan, using the estate's emergency propane supply and the antique grandfather clock's chime mechanism to create a massive, resonant explosion of sound at dawn. A frequency she hopes will hurt or disperse the entities. A desperate, silent race against time to set the trap as the entities close in on the last safe room. The climax, the explosion of sound, a screaming chord that shatters windows and seems to tear the silent entities apart like black smoke. The aftermath, dawn breaking over a scarred, silent landscape. Ellie, Chloe, and Finley emerge, shell-shocked and deafened, into the bright, quiet morning. The snow has stopped. The threat is gone. But the silence is now permanently etched into them, a trauma they will carry forever.